Welcome back to NewsWatch. Is The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn a novel with content that includes racial slurs used in your classrooms? Some have scratched it, and other controversial books off the reading list. NewsWatch reporter Macy Enger has a report card on how local schools are handling their literature courses.
Or their eyes sparkle. Thank you, Ms. Welling.
Reading required novels is a chore for some students. To add to the tension, many classics like Huckleberry Finn include controversial content. In hopes to make this novel more accessible to the classroom, a new version was created. Kittitas secondary school English teacher Todd Smith does not teach the classic version of Huck Finn, nor does he teach the new version.
If you want to teach Huck Finn in the new version, it's not Huck Finn, in my opinion, because the piece of art that you had is now changed into something else. It's morphed into something else. If you want to teach the other one, that's fine too, but you have to be aware of the issues that you're going to raise with the students that are in the class, whoever they may be.
Some of these issues could come from the use of racial slurs. In the New South version, all the N-words are replaced by the word slave. While the Kittitas School does not read Huck Finn, the Ellensburg School District does. Debbie Roden, English teacher and department chair, believes the novel allows students a clear picture of the historically racist times.
I think the idea of teaching a book like Huckleberry Finn but changing all of the words is a terrible idea. It's revisionist history. The book was written in the 1870s, but it was about a time period in the 1830s or 1840s when, of course, there was a great deal of prejudice.
Classic novels like The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn are obviously controversial enough to only be allowed in some public school districts. Director Mike Nolan of Teaching and Learning in the Ellensburg School District comments about their policy before allowing novels into the classroom.
Again, our instructional materials committee would gather together, and that's teachers and administrators that are on that committee, and we would look at the materials and see if there's a need to change.
Any change in Smith's classroom revolves around the students first.
If I have students in my class whose feelings I know for a fact are going to be hurt, whose family members are going to be hurt by teaching a particular book, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to change the book and take the words out. I'm just not going to teach the book.
Reporting for NewsWatch, I'm Macy Enger.
Whooping cough is on the rise in Washington state and may be the cause of one infant's death. Now is the time to protect your family by getting vaccinated. NewsWatch reporter Janae Birkland has the story.
The spread of pertussis, or whooping cough, is a yearly concern in Washington state. Although pertussis is not currently present in Kittitas County, the Washington State Department of Health is reporting pertussis activity in 24 counties this year. Local health officials are encouraging individuals of all ages to get vaccinated. Infants less than 1 year of age are especially targeted by the illness, which is spread through coughing or sneezing. Beginning symptoms may resemble a cold and become more severe with rapid coughs, followed by a high-pitched whoop that may last a month or two. Public health epidemiologist Jacqueline Dawson says pertussis is always around, but at different levels. Reporting for NewsWatch, I'm Janae Birkland.
And now we have Corey Smith here to give us a special report on Thorpe School District's hiring of new superintendent. Thank you for joining us, Corey.
Thank you for having me.
So, what is the superintendent's name, and how long is she here? Is she here under contract?
Well, her name is Martin. Dr. Martin was most recently the superintendent and elementary school principal in the Lopez Island School District from 2009 to 2011. In addition to having a prior 11 years of experience in previous similar administrative positions, she is an interim superintendent, meaning her contract goes through the current school year only. However, there's a chance Thorpe School District may need to seek out a new superintendent for next year. That decision has not been made yet. She was hired this Tuesday. Today is literally her third day on the job.
Obviously, Thorpe is a very small school district. How is Dr. Martin going to use the advantages and disadvantages?
Dr. Martin has said that she is here to serve the people and that her biggest priority is to meet the community of Thorpe, which is one of the advantages to being in a small school district. She can then develop a working relationship with the community. One of the disadvantages is going to be providing students in general, because Thorpe is such a small school district. It is hard to offer a variety of elective classes for the students to take. A small student population can also make it very difficult to field certain sport teams.
So what would you say is one of Dr. Martin's first administrative actions going to be?
Well, with the state cutting school funds left and right, Dr. Martin has said one of the first actions that needs to be taken is work with the school board to try and set a new levy. Because the budget can rapidly change throughout the year, many specific levies are being proposed. Some of the levies will leave the school with the projected $0 amount in reserves, with the most expensive levy leaving the school with 2% of funds in reserve.
Finally, what is Dr. Martin's long-term goal?
One goal that Dr. Martin would like to have done by the end of her time at Thorpe is to have the school to be improved since she began. She says that in the end, it really is all about the students, and we will do our best to help them learn.
Well, thank you for being in here today, Corey. We really appreciate all the information you gave us.
Thank you for having me.
Coming up after the break, Hannah Dahl joins us to discuss Ellensburg's 6-year plan, and we'll take a look at Initiative 1183. This and more coming up on NewsWatch.